welcome to Hashtag Shout. This is episode 26, and it's a special episode.
Because we haven't got time, so we're just going to rush through everything.
Dan, I've got a problem.
Ooh.
No
What's the matter, boo-boo?
I don't know what to say, there's no script.
You know what? Say what you're feeling here.
Okay
In
then.
your heart.
Jack Daniels.
Okay then. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a few bricks.
Stop! No. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shout, episode 26.
You're going to build a wall.
I was just going to build an orphanage.
Oh, I don't want to build an orphanage, you cruel evil man.
No,
See,
fuck him.
you want to stop me building it up.
If it wasn't for orphans, then we'd go, Batman.
What's for orphans? There'd be no orphan-made clothing, which we all like to wear somewhere.
I'm pretty sure there's some orphan villains as well.
Made in America. Made by George.
Anyway,
I was made by...
as I said, this is Hashtag Shout, episode 26, and this is a special episode. No scripts, nothing like that. We're just blagging this episode.
Unless we're bluffing, and we do have a script, and it's talking about blagging.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
Basically, on this week's episode, I'm going to rant a little bit about DCU Online. Dan will have the results of his Fancast challenge.
I have my tweets of the week.
Adam has his tweets of the week, and it's going to just be general bollocks and ranting as per usual, only this time we literally have no idea what else has happened on the show. No news this week, because I looked at it.
Boring!
It was all boring as fuck. So, we're just going to go jumping straight into Adam's
Tweets a week!
Let me just bring up my laptop here. This would be the perfect time to do a live episode of Shout. I'm very sorry.
Well done, Dan.
Dan, I'm very proud of you. Well done.
You talked all the way over it, but never mind.
I know, it made perfect ambiance.
No, it didn't.
Dude, shut your face.
I'll shut your face.
Ladies and
And
gentlemen,
believe me, I can do it.
the first tweet we have is from at Halloween4545.
Yes.
Some of the Facebook comments are amazing. We support we support traditional families. Oh really? And here's me thinking you were just bigots.
Yes, and I thought about the idea that Chick-fil-A has caved to depression, now serves any type of family, rather than like being on their anti-gay stuff.
Yeah, because Roseanne Barr called everyone who ate a Chick-fil-A a...
Christian.
No, that's not quite it.
Chameleon.
No. A see you next Tuesday.
Good lordy.
Why are you rubbing my shoulder?
Because you look tense.
Oh yeah, because that's going to rub me.
Our next tweet comes from Nash076. It goes as follows. Oh, I'm getting homosexual slurs from bigots on Twitter. They learned to type. It's adorable. Someone go get the camera.
I love Nash Bozard.
Our next... Oh, sorry?
No, I was just complimenting Nash Bozard.
Our next... He looks a tiny bit like a Jesus. Like a Jesus, not just a Jesus. A Jesus.
If Jesus got into IT,
yeah,
that's Nash Bozard.
From Ancient Proverbs, there's none so blind as those who refuse to see.
Look at the size of them.
Tweets. Yes, look at the size of those tweets.
Oh, those tweets are big. Those tweets are big.
That's not the biggest tweets I've ever seen.
Those tweets are they are big and unyielding. Unyielding as well.
Those tweets are so big that he's to cheat on his wife.
And they look surprisingly cheery and perky for tweets.
Especially from a bitch.
Yeah. Anyway,
it's completely my fault. I didn't write the script.
The final one, and
I only had myself to.
The final one, and I'm sure Dan's going to welcome back our favourite guest. This is from what George Garland says.
I like George Carlin. I just don't like what George Carlin says.
I went through the usual steps. I went through the usual steps: imp, rascal, scallywag, whippersnapper. After that, it's just a small step to full-blown sociopath. And those were my...
No, you ruined it last time. You don't get no more.
Can I do it?
No.
It's my show.
They were just the tweets of the week. Yeah.
So they were what?
The tweets of the week.
I don't think that's here.
Yeah.
So why? So why did you ruin this? I mean,
because you talked over it.
And I've got an idea. What if I just stay quiet?
You can't.
I
had a discussion about this before in the middle of the street.
I will make a bros promise that I will not talk.
Private.
No.
Jolly good.
There we go.
So before we get into any more mayhem and madness, like plugging iPods into our scalps,
It works.
why
Try it, people. It works.
you
You
may
can access iTunes by plugging it in the back of your head, like the Matrix.
hashtag show do not condone any advice given by Dan the Geeking Labs and
I
in
recommend you-
regards to installing any kind of software or hardware into
You
your
should
head.
take it so it's really sharp.
No, Dan, please,
Dan.
please, Dan,
Okay, look,
please,
look,
please.
dude, if they won't let me say this kind of stuff, they're not gonna let you say this kind of stuff.
Well, just censor it then.
Well, dude,
Do you know how much work that is?
And then you should sharpen it up.
No, Dan, oh, Dan,
Find some
Dan, don't you have a fan cast challenge?
Oh, yeah.
oh, do you know who I hear is I hear what we should reckon do is I remember Stevens. We should really talk about Mr. Clark. Mr. Clark Kent, Clark Kent.
We did Clark already.
Adam, you continue using me as a rest for your arm, and I'm going to throw you through the window like a fucking javelin at the Olympics!
He's joking. He's not a terrorist.
No, I'm not. I'm just talking about threatening you. I'm allowed to do that. You're my brother.
Okay.
I'm not either. I was just going to suggest that people take it.
No, it's fan cast. You got a fan cast challenge.
Oh, yeah. This is my fan cast. My fan cast was on Nightwing.
Oh God.
Right, so as you keep pointing out, rather than sticking iPods into people's heads
Yes.
with a sharpened piece of
Do it.
What? The fan cast.
Yeah.
Shut your face.
Sorry.
I do indeed have a fan cast.
Yay!
A Nightwing fan cast. Suggested by Sullivan Walker One.
Hello.
Already said hello, dude. Don't want to say it again.
Oh, sorry. Sorry for saying hello again. Hello again.
So all I was given the challenge was Nightwing.
Uh-huh.
So I decided that I would go crazy.
I'm a bit
Crazy.
I am
Sorry.
a bit of a Nightwing fanboy.
So I went through.
I'm scared when you say crazy because you normal is quite terrifying.
So I went through some interesting stories and came up with one called The Hunt for Oracle.
This should be fun.
So basically, I'm going to go through the story, and between the stories, I'll break down who the characters are, with a little bio, and who I've chosen to pick, and with what films you've seen in the past.
Okay.
Pictures will be updated onto Tumblr next Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay.
We open with Dick Grayson, Nightwing. Nightwing, of course, is the original Robin, athletic, former gymnast. Cocky with Darkseid, quite a ladies' man, flirts consistently with Barbara.
Mm-hmm.
Dark hair.
Okay.
In this, he's going to be played by the same man who I cast him in my Batman films, Sebastian Stan, who played Bucky in Captain America. He was also in Hot Tub Time Machine.
Or the Oscar, the so deserving of an Oscar never got Hot Tub Time.
I hear it became a musical and it won an Olivier Award.
I enjoy the film.
I'm just making fun of the fact that it's one of those movies. Like, why did it not get an Oscar?
And Tad Riderston, Nightwing, spelled differently. Tad Riderston is... He's a blonde-haired, average-built guy, self-proclaimed vigilante of Bludenhaven, where this is mainly cast. It's where Nightwing moves after Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
He says he's a vigilante. In reality, he's just a thug who doesn't really listen to reason and often beats innocent people. Often beats innocent people to a really bad point, and he's near psycho.
Yes.
Yeah.
In this, he'll be played by Hayden Christensen, who has an uncanny look about him, to the point where it's quite obvious that this is the role he was meant to play. So they're being tortured by Blockbuster's people. Blockbuster's the main villain in this one. He's Roland Desmond. He's 8 foot tall, 527 pounds, criminal mastermind with enhanced strength. He's the head of the Blockbuster gang, and it's after Oracle as she keeps removing money from his accounts. He's got bowling long hair, long in the back, a bit like a Paul Heyman type look, just it's a bit longer than that, with long mutton chops. In this one, he's played by Ron Perlman,
Right.
who was in Hellboy, Sons of Anarchy, Blade 2.
Yeah.
His name's popped up a few times in this. And once again, when you see the pictures, you'll recognize the similarity. Hell of an actor as well.
Indeed. Well, exactly who you're talking about, actually. Yep.
So, Nightwing.
Yes. Indeed. I approve. I can approve.
Well, it's good, as long as you approve. They're trying to get to Oracle, Barbara Gordon. Barbara Gordon, of course, is the original Batgirl, red hair, former Batgirl, now in a wheelchair due to the corrupt and dangerous mind that is the Joker. Highly intelligent computer maverick, wheelchair bound, as I've just said, head of the birds of prey, doesn't pay attention to any dicks flirting, and just sees it as him having fun. It's one of the character traits. In this, she's once again played by the person I cast in the Batman one in Jennifer Lawrence from The Hunger Games and X-Men First Class. So meanwhile, we see Lady Vic and Brutal. Members of the Blockbuster gang. Lady Vic is also known as Lady Elaine Marsh Morton. She's British, blonde-haired, quite buxom woman. Was once described as by, I believe it was Nightwing himself, talks like Jane Seymour, fights like Bruce Lee. I've cast her in this with Alice Eve. Alice Eve was in Entourage, she's at my league, Men in Black 3, and once again, once you see the picture, it shows quite a similarity in the look.
Yeah.
Proof?
I approve of those tweets.
Brutali, is also Guillermo Barrera. He's from the Latin American country that's made up in the DC universe known as Hascara.
Okay.
5'4", 145 pounds, Latin American, like I've said. Skilled assassin with knives or any bladed weapon. Suit resembles a gargoyle. Now this is masked. This is a masked character. You never see him without the mask. He's a former surgeon as well in his native homeland.
Okay.
So I needed a Latin guy who you could believe is a badass. Only one name came to mind: Danny Trejo from Machete. Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Con Air.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I know exactly.
Oh yeah.
The man might be 54-year-old, but he's a badass. More important, and here's just a little brief, extra little thing for you, a little geek stat, if I will. Danny Trejo recently portrayed a major Batman villain in the Young Justice TV show, where he portrayed Bane. So they're following, and so you go back to the story. Lady Vic and Brutali are following and then attacking our other hero, our side hero, the Black Canary, Diana Lance.
Okay.
Diana Lance, Birds of Prey member, 5'7", 130 pounds, blue-eyed, blonde-haired, black-haired, wears a blonde wig as Canary. Later on, dyes it just to maintain blonde. Possesses the ability of a potent sonic attack from a vocal cords, which she uses to stun foes and mimic sounds and generate any sound she desires. Skilled acrobat and martial artist. It's also, as any other character is really when it comes to females and a hero in the comic book world, a beautiful woman. Has a relationship with Green Arrow.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was struggling for this one for a while because there's lots of beautiful blonde women, who'd fit the bill. And then, as most things come to you, random is out when you're walking the dog. Malin Ackerman. You may know the name. If I tell you some of the things she was in Couples Who Cheat and Watchmen, where she played the Silk Spectre too.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
The look of her. She's also in that Ben Stiller film, The Heartbreak Kid. Less said about that, but
Yeah.
Because there was no Shawn Michaels.
If a movie's called Heartbreak Kid, there's no Shawn Michaels, I'm not watching it.
At least has to have
So they're attacking the Black Canary.
Yeah.
Blockbuster had hired Mouse and Giz. These are Mouse and Giz, two more members of Blockbuster gang. That's how good this gets.
Cable's in funny shape.
Right. So Mouse is Pamela Segfield. She's a thief, brown hair and eyes. An original comic film of Robin.
Okay.
Specialist of computer crime, and is in a relationship with Giz.
Mm-hmm.
In this, she's portrayed by Bonnie Wright. Bonnie Wright, you may not know, but you're familiar with her face because she was Ginny Weasley in the Harry Potter films.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giz is an expert in computer systems and hacking. Has a pet squirrel, black hair, brown eyes. Yeah, pet squirrel.
Yeah. I approve. Squirrels are awesome.
Once a part of a team that stole millions along with Mouse and Catwoman.
Okay.
In this,
Mouse and Catwoman?
it was a gang.
I
I get the irony.
Okay.
In this, he's portrayed by another person people may be familiar with, Adam Brody. You may know the name, may know the face, not the name. He was, I believe, Seth in the OC.
Yes.
And is in Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, I know who that is. Yeah.
Never seen him before in my life, but yeah.
But he does fit the bill quite well, look-wise. I also think he can pull off Geek quite well,
Well, he did.
Exactly, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't judge me.
We don't judge.
He's hired, so Blockbuster hires Mouse and Giz to track the Oracle. Blockbuster has Dick's car destroyed and had his computer taken to the hacker. I don't know, destroy his car, right? What's the point? And taken to his hackers. Cisco Blaine, who is at the time was believed to be a member of the Blockbuster gang. Cisco Blaine reveals himself to be FBI and frees Dick Grayson. Cisco Blaine in this is undercover FBI, African American, bald. He's of a certain age. So I was thinking, how do I cast this? I went with a man who arguably doesn't get a lot of screen time these days, with Cuba Gooding Jr. You may know from Jerry Maguire, Radio, Daddy Day Camp. You may know the face rather than the name.
Yeah.
And he also fits in, and he looks quite the part.
Yeah, he does look quite the face.
So he frees Dick Grayson. Later on, so from there we move on. We see Diana, the Oracle. Sorry, not the Oracle. The Black Canary. Get mixed up with my writing here. Briefly escapes Lady Vic and Brutali, but is recaptured. Stallion, who is another member of the Blockbuster gang, who only appears in this one scene in this one part.
Yeah.
Because this would lead to more of a Birds of Prey film.
Yeah.
As a spin-off. Stallion is Randy Hanaran.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bouncer / assassin. He's 6'4", 243 pounds, blue eyes, strawberry blonde hair, Texan cowboy. Now, I may have cast this man for a reason because of what I just watched, but he fits the bill to me. I love him. He's a great character actor.
JB Allen Awake.
No, Kevin Durand, who was in Wolverine. He played the Blob in Real Steel, Smoking Aces. Very much goes with a different look, but he was also in 310 to Yuma. And he fits the great, he's a cowboy, and
I can see that.
Yeah, lots of he appears usually as a secondary character, and steals the show most of the time.
Alright.
So Stallion checks out a location, walks into a Lucky Hand Triad stronghold. Then that was where you continue the story in a later part, maybe the Blu-ray extra or something stupid.
Yeah.
Tad, the psychopathic Nightwing, kills Cisco, unaware he's a federal agent. Mouse and Giz are closing in on Barbara.
Alright.
So that's when you start setting up the second act.
Yeah.
During the second act, you have Tad running away after discovering Blaine was FBI. Grim, a talking gorilla from Gorilla City, attacks Dick. Attacks Dick. Just attacks Dick.
Yeah.
Well, that happens. It's always unfortunate.
However, in this, I've cast Grim as well because he's a character. He's not a major character, but he's a character. But Gorilla from Gorilla City. This will be a mixture of for me. It'll be a mixture of animatronics and CGI. Yeah. It'll get the best the best feel and look at. It would be voiced by Powers Booth. Powers Booth is a guy that you may have seen in certain things. It all depends, certain he might have popped up in certain things you've watched.
Yeah, actually.
I can understand
But it's also a callback to the JLU animated series, the Justice League Unlimited, where he played Greta Grodd. He was his voice of Greta Grodd. So during that, you've got during the fight, Dick's getting beaten badly. So Robin, Tim Drake at the time, him and Alfred Pennyworth.
Yes.
If I have to explain this, I will, just in case there are some people aren't familiar with it. Tim Drake was the third Robin, dark-haired. I got a description on here. 1 minute, just got to find it quickly here. However, for Alfred Pennyworth, loyal British butler to Bruce Wayne, Batman and extended Bat family, all kinds of badass.
Yes.
And he was, of course, I kept him from my previous fan cast as John Hurt from the Hellboy Harry Potter series.
John Hurt, V for Vendetta.
Tim Drake was described by a writer for Batman at one point.
Uh-huh.
And the writer was Fabian Nicosia. He's a smart one of the Bat family, the thinker and planner. I mean, of course, Bruce Wayne Batman is what he is, and Tim isn't quite there yet. But Tim at 17 has more developed intellect than Bruce at 17 did. That's not to say Dick Grayson or Barbara Gordon are dumb. Of course they're not. But Tim's level of thinking is a bit thicker than theirs. For me, Dick is about superior and reflective thinking, and Barbara about superior operative thinking, and Tim is about superior comprehensive or all-encompassing thinking. What I love about Tim is that he shares some of the strongest traits of various Bat family members. The intellect and detective skills of Bruce, the ability to lead others and be a friend to others like Dick has, and even the ability to make cold, harsh decisions like Jason does. So in this, I've cast him as Josh Hutcherson, who's a young up-and-coming actor. He's bound to, if anyone on here is listening on Tumblr, you've seen his face 1,000 times. Josh Hutcherson is that young man there.
Okay.
And is probably best well known now for the Hunger Games and for the Journey films, the one with The Rock and Brendan Fraser, Journey to the Centre of the Earth.
Okay.
And the Mysterious Island, I think the other one was.
Yeah, something like that.
So Robin, Tim Drake, and Alfred Pennyworth show up and rescue him. They then go to save Barbara. Diana breaks free from Lady Vic and Brutal and captures and parachutes from their plane. Desmond, Mouse, and Giz have finally zeroed in on the Oracle. So leading into the big final act, Oracle watches Blockbuster's men enter her trap she set around her safe house. As her options drive, she makes an escape. So this is going to be a big action sequence, lots of things going on. Diana arrives and rescues her. So Black Canary comes in, sweeps and rescues her. But as she's seeing as she's disappeared, Blockbuster then looks and thinks that Black Canary is the Oracle. Robin and Nightwing then get to Barbara and take Barbara to safety. And that's how you would end it, and that was how I would probably spin that off into a more of a Birds of Prey Oracle-oriented story, and have Nightwing because Nightwing then moved on to more problems in Bloodhaven.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's one of those ones, it's an interesting one for me. It was fun because I was able to really look at a series of characters and a series of comics.
Being the Nightwing fanboy in the room, I approve of this film greatly. Dan has done extraordinary work, and I demand all of you who listen to this give him a big round of applause. Stephen. Dan,
I expect nothing else.
now, I'm still working on the Zatanna fan cast, and by that I mean I'm going to start work soon. I don't know, does Stephen have a fan cast at the minute?
No.
Do we give him fan casts anymore?
Yes, it's my turn to be on a fan cast.
Stephen, you're getting a fan cast. Have fun.
So let's think.
Bear with me, I'm taking pictures.
Okay, I've got one.
Oh shit.
We're moving towards Justice League.
Uh-huh.
We've done Batman, Superman, and Flash.
Mm-hmm.
But that's in this room, that's a pretty strong trinity for us in here. We're big fans of the Flash, we're big fans of Batman, we're big fans of The Question.
Yeah.
I don't like this where this is leading.
But that's not the Holy Trinity.
Yeah.
The Holy Trinity of DC is famously the Trinity,
Yes.
which would be Batman,
Batman, Superman,
Superman, and
Wonder Woman. You want a Wonder Woman movie?
I would like you to cast Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I'd like to fly my fiance over. That ain't gonna happen either.
I'll give you a couple of choices, and you can decide when you do it.
Okay.
I like a Wonder Woman one,
Yes.
Aquaman,
Right.
or John Jones, Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, Wonder Woman might be it.
Mainly because that would be the final three that was left to do that. However, if you don't want to move toward the Justice League film, I have an idea for a couple of
Oh, good. If you
Wonder
see
Woman.
your ideas, I'll tell you which one's more likely to get on either next week or the week after the show.
Do you know who would have it on as Aquaman? Whoever the guy was that voiced Mr. Krabs from SpongeBob.
So
I'm trying to plot Wonder Woman in my head as you speak.
So you've got an option of Wonder Woman, John Jones, or
Have any of us done Lantern yet?
Yeah,
no Lantern's not good.
yeah. By the way, screw Aquaman and John Jones because right now I haven't got a fucking.
I'll take this one, right?
Hmm?
I will do Aquaman. I'll put that down and I'll do it for whenever next. Okay? I'll do Aquaman. You're doing your work on yourself in Satana one.
Yes, I will quite happily work on Satana.
And I'm going to give you this one. You have an option of making two films one of the two films that will lead to the Justice League, or you can do a one shot, which is a completely separate film away from this universe. Which one would you rather have?
Well, it depends what the one should. Because I'll give Wonder Woman a go if you want. I tell you what, I'll do Wonder Woman as a side project. Okay. I won't edit it, but I will rephrase what I just said. I'll work on the Wonder Woman film as a side project.
I bet you will.
Yeah.
What kind of film, bro?
I'll never like Wonder Woman either. She goes to town. But I'll do that as like a big one to build it, like to make that one like,
There we go.
like one,
It's a big
like
one.
make that one of the like epic stories.
Yeah.
And I'll take your one shot story.
Yeah, well, you know, there's anything wrong with it.
So what's this one shot story? Because I might be able to get that done for like a week or 2 weeks.
One shot is real simple, dude.
I
We're going to a different universe.
need a napkin
Marvel?
to go on it.
We're going Marvel.
We'll go Marvel, alright.
Where is he going?
Napkin in the corner.
He's
Take a
napkin.
minute. Go ahead.
We're going Marvel. One shot it is, it's completely away from this universe.
Yeah.
Don't have nothing. You get to recast anyone you want to recast.
And the one shot movie is?
The Avengers.
So I'm redoing the Avengers.
Doesn't need redoing.
No, it doesn't. I haven't even seen it. No, it doesn't. But
But the Avengers. Now you've got the stories. You can do whatever you want. I just want you to say that your film is established already. The other films done it or whatever. You've had whatever stories leading into this. So it's your turn. You can, and you don't have to do Loki as a villain. Completely new villain. You can choose. The only thing I'll tell you for the team wise, because you can do whatever team you'd like for the Avengers, but the Holy Trinity of Marvel got to be there. You're gonna have the Soldier, the Knight, and the God.
that would be Thor, Iron Man, Captain America.
Exactly. So that would be yours. And you, dude,
Satana.
if you don't do Satana by next week,
I'm going to die.
I'm gonna do it,
Really,
and then I'll cast her as well.
I have an optional challenge for you, sir. Yeah, I have an optional challenge. You don't have to accept it. I just think it'd be funny for us all to try to do. How about like us both to come up with your own comic book character?
Bitch, please. I've been writing characters since I
Mom,
can remember.
and I've got 3 comics waiting to be drawn at home.
Well, you just bring in your character, Stephen. You bring in yours. I'll bring in mine. We'll all
Which one? I've got 12.
pick one.
I've got 6.
Pick one, and we'll all just discuss the comic book.
I'm gonna
characters.
pick my right into your nose in a minute.
It is rather rich.
I'm happy to. Right. Well, why don't we do that? Next week, we'll bring a lot. We'll talk about all of our original characters. And
Yes.
about how we came up with them.
Sure.
And we won't script that episode either.
Well, there'll be a little bit of script. But we won't do a news section.
Yes!
So,
Yes!
I think it's about time we retired the news section.
Thank
To be
God.
honest with you.
Unless we'll only ever bring up the news section if there's really controversial news that we need to talk
Yeah, like a squirrel has broken the record.
But it's gotta be controversial. Why don't you all go?
Well, we've got one bit of news. Jeremy's not in the country.
He was kidnapped by the Spanish!
No, he wasn't. He was fired.
More on that on
I
hashtag
thought he was
Trollmark.
fired because he got kidnapped by the Spanish.
But yeah.
we don't
So-
negotiate with hostages.
Yeah.
Dan, I have to say, really good work on the Fadcast, dude.
Get another round of applause! Give him a bread!
And if you're not clapping, trust me, we know.
Give him a bread!
You can see
Give him a
it.
loaf of bread. He's your king.
You laughing at me right now? Yeah, you.
Why didn't you clap for me?
We know who you are.
Ain't no one got time for that.
I'm gonna lick your nose.
And by the way, pour yourself another drink. You're running out. Hopefully, if you haven't run out already. Can't quite say he's kind of out of the shot. Oh yeah, enjoy your virus, bitch. We hacked into your computer.
I mean, you could have clapped for me.
You know, why wouldn't you
I
clap
know,
for
I know
that?
you're saying you're busy because you've got work to do and whatnot, but you know what, Anna? Clap.
Yeah, clap in the office now. Go on.
Now!
Anna, I know everybody else is listening going, I don't know, but Anna, this is just to you. Anna, I know you're in your office right now, right? Or maybe, just maybe you're on an iPod, you're on a bus, and you listen to what about bro, listen.
You can get labels.
We can get
I don't know, she may have downloaded this by the time I've actually put everything on MP3. Because we're going to be able to all the episodes uploaded as MP3. But I want you right now just to clap. You don't have to be really loud.
Round, in a circle.
There's a round of
A round of
applause.
applause like you used to do in club.
Last 3 seconds. You know, 1, 2, 3, like that. Just do it now.
5.
We'll wait.
Keep going.
We've got all day. We'll wait.
we don't have all day. I want fajitas.
Oh, that's a good point. All right. At the count of 3, I want you to start clapping.
1, 2, 3.
Oops. Wait,
And
what?
stop.
I thought that was us.
Right. We're going to have words, Anna. We're going to have words.
Like, hello.
But anyway,
How are you? Goodbye.
moving away from that nonsense. I'm sorry.
Well, you can't move away from nonsense. It's shouting.
I said from that nonsense.
Oh,
Dan, you can't plug iPods into people.
he's trying to plug an iPod into me, and not
That is,
in not in the orifice that you'd expect.
Well, that's just going to hit more.
Well, no, not that one either. That special one.
It's definitely the one I wasn't expecting.
Your face isn't what I was expecting.
I would
Well,
hope not. Why is he going to go counsel and do?
I'm expecting fajitas.
no, I tell you, up there, I do try to do reviews of apps. What I'm going to review this week is a game called DCU Online. It's been out for ages.
But it's just been made for free.
Yeah, it's free, and I have to say I'm quite enjoying.
It's a gift from the gods.
I am enjoying this game. It's if you have like a computer or a console that can handle it, as soon as you get it, it's worth it. You know, you get a lot of options considering it's free. You can't upgrade to a premium membership, which is fine. It's great, really good. Good. Too many G and R's in there. Definitely check it out. We've got characters on there. If you're on there. You can come try and find my character, Steve Jones 3-1, and it wouldn't let me put the last 3 in there. Bastards. I know, it's not Steve Jones 31, it's 3-1.
But it didn't have to
Twisted
cut you off. Make it like it never happened and there was nothing. I'm gonna remove my hand from your shoulder cause you're about to kill me. Then it's now on your hand. Sharing a moment here on Shout. How long can I keep this up? Now you're just a shout that I used to know. The shout. He has to censor pretty much most of this.
No, I don't. Because that's parody.
Thank you, Dad.
But yes, well, like is even when you're not looking, he looks at you lovingly, just out of the creep factor. But yeah.
We're all friends here on Shout.
But speaking of which, you know, there's not really not a lot.
I can you.
But the
I
fact
see
that
that. I
there's
raised you the Joker.
Well, I see you. That and I raised Harley Quinn.
you
never know
how to have any.
Harley Quinn raises us.
Poison Ivy.
Catwoman.
Oh god, here we go. Again.
Miss Marvel.
Satana.
Here's the thing: it's like a comic book.
Scarlet.
It kind of is. It's like a comic. It's a comic book trumps,
Oracle.
but
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no real determination
Supergirl.
of what trumps the other. Like, there's no real way
Donna.
to win. Like, even if you throw in
Diana.
like Batman right now, I think it wouldn't win. You just add a different character.
Close.
So, I honestly don't know
Right.
how this game works. I really don't.
Mary
Okay.
Jane.
Because they jump from, they jump from male and
Gwen
female.
Stacy.
Emma
So-
Frost.
Rogue.
Storm.
I don't,
Keep right.
maybe the game is won by the person who is the last person to be able to name a name, and the other person can't think of a name. So that might be how you win, but I don't know. The game would go too long to find out. But really, I don't think. Other than that, I can't see another way of winning.
You said Catwoman, right?
Although I am tempted to make up.
Canary.
I am tempted to say shit just to make it sound like this rule.
It's like Mornington Crescent, dude.
Dude, don't break
Mystique.
the fifth wall.
Huntress.
Lady. Lady Deathstrike.
Ah.
Yes, this is quite a weird game. So I'll tell you what, whilst they're doing that, let me tell you about all the wonderful things you can do to keep interactive with us. Because we have a shout page called shouttheshow.tumblr.com. And if you go there and click on Ask a Question, you get back to your game.
Send me fajitas.
You can't send fajitas via
Well, answer in 2 seconds, you lose.
That was never a rule. Because last episode when we played
Anyway,
this, you took 10 seconds around.
shouttheshow.tumblr.com. If you
Trying to
click
take on the
on Ask a
female
Question, you can
comics.
ask us a question. We'll answer the show. We'll answer a question absolutely
I'll take
anything.
Mary Jane.
Or you can send us some
And
pictures and
then
stuff that you think is funny. We can reblog it or share it on the show, depending on if we copyright
Jen's
material or not.
so counted.
We have a Facebook page, facebook.com/shout. I also have a page,
Iron Man
facebook.com/stevejohn213.
Yes.
And don't forget,
Silence.
if you prefer watching all the episodes on Blip
Starfire.
TV, so basically all the episodes are
Raven.
condensed down into 2 or more videos, you can just visit us at blip.tv/the-wandering-angel. Of course, all links will be in the description to this video. Well, this was episode 26, and our next episode, episode 27,
Finished yet?
Batman.
oh yeah,
Sure.
will air on
London.
September 29th.
Superman.
Aquaman.
So,
Martian Manhunter.
from all of us here, hashtag shout.
Deathstroke.
A very short episode, but we're all off to eat fajitas.
Question.
So-
no, it's a question.
I'm just going to quickly interrupt these guys. So it's goodbye from Dan,
Peace.
goodbye from Adam.
Send me fajitas, goddammit!
We're going to go make some fajitas now.
Woo!
Wolverine.
Right in
Damn
my
it.
ear.
Game it.
As goodbye from me as we say goodbye from
Darkseid.
hashtag.
Hang on 1 second. Before we leave, hello to my friend Ben.
Okay, hashtag.
I have to.
Shouts.
Ah!
You amateurs.
I'm disappointed in you.